Welcome to Bad Food Blog. And here I've already started by chopping up some bacon and putting it in the pan. What I'm going to be making is bacon with scrambled eggs, which is going to be really nice. So I'm frying off the bacon, if you can see that there, and it's getting to the point where it's getting soft, but what I actually want is it to get a little browner. It's cooking, some bits of it are starting to get brown, but what I want to do is sweat a lot of the water out of the bacon. And then, this is for 3 people, so then there's going to be about 5 eggs put in, or actually probably 6 eggs, which I'm going to prepare in advance, and then that's all going to be scrambled. So it's going to be scrambled eggs and bacon. Now, rather than grilling the bacon, I've gone for a one-pan method because I am lazy and this is bad food, and what did you expect from me? But let's talk about seasoning. Don't need any. There is enough salt in that bacon to season 12 eggs, let alone 6. So it's absolutely ridiculous idea to think that I would need to season this. In fact, I should have maybe... What I tend to do sometimes is soak the bacon in a bowl of water for 5 minutes if I'm doing this recipe, just to wash off the excess salt on the outside and leach a little bit out. You really don't need any more salt when cooking with bacon. It really is just a lot, and you've really got to watch your salt intake once you get over 35 years old, and unless you're trying to, unless you're trying to breed a heart attack. Right. Although bacon's not really the best for that anyway. As you can see, bacon's now starting to dry out. Getting there, so getting that what I call the fat in between the meats, not just the fat that's on the outside of the meat, but the fat in between the meats. Instead of the meat fibres is starting to come out, that white stuff that sticks to the pan and goes black, and that'll give us a lot of flavour. So what I'm going to do is turn that down a bit. Whilst I wash up the bowl quickly, rinse it. Still dirty from last night. I thought I'd washed this up already. Whoops. I get this bowl ready. Well, I stupidly try and break 6 eggs into it without getting any eggshell in there, and then mix it up. As you can probably tell, that's going to go wrong. Yes, Kitty, I know you had some bacon earlier, but you're not allowed any more. No more bacon. Kitty wants more bacon. So let's move that this way a little bit. Yeah, no bacon for you. Okay, no kidding. Now, I'm doing so many that I probably want to put the eggshells in something. Oh, there's a piece of eggshell in there already. Damn it. Look at that. I already put eggshell in there. There we go. Let's keep going. I don't know what it is about modern eggs, but I feel that during my lifetime the eggshell on eggs has got thinner and thinner. I don't mean this because I'm getting bigger, I mean because I definitely remember it being not a technique, but the eggs feeling firmer when I was younger, and actually giving more of a thud sound when you broke them. A lot of people are going to say, oh, that doesn't make any sense. You go and have eggs from a farm, and you get a much larger egg, and you hit it on the side of the thing, it really is harder to break. I think these poor chickens are fed on just enough minerals to get them to produce eggs. Sneezy! Right, now, let's get a fork. Now, I'm not trying to make an omelette. With scrambled egg, you want a bit of additional texture, so I'm just going to leave it like that. In terms of seasoning, I'm not even going to put any pepper. I'm going to let people put pepper on themselves once it's cooked. So you can see with the bacon, it's shrunk down a bit more. It's not quite crispy enough or split up. It's not quite where I want it yet. I want it just a bit. It's boiling off water. There's hardly any fluids left in there, but I'm going to put the temperature up just a little bit because the egg's going to bring it down massively. And these cast iron pans are a great storage of. They're a great heat sink. They will store a lot of heat energy. So when you put the eggs in, they're going to start cooking immediately. But even this quantity of eggs is going to bring the pan temperature down. So I'm offsetting that now by having the heat up a little bit, letting a bit of heat build up in the pan, move the pan around a little. Try and zero out any hot spots. And because it's scrambled egg and I'm not doing an omelette, I don't care about the distribution because I'm going to be stirring it the whole time. Now, whilst I'm doing this, I need to get the bread ready. You have a French stick, which, oddly, I'm going to be slicing into slices this way. So slice, 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 slice. Which I got confused the other day and sliced it wrong. And I wanted me to slice the bread and I just cut it in half. Which of course was exactly what I wanted to do, but not what she wanted me to do. And I'm going to use one of the reasons for toasting this, because you feel it's a little hard. French sticks do not last very long. It is a day old, and that means that it has become necessary to toast it to consume it. But I don't like the bread knife for this, because this bread really doesn't need a bread knife. It just wastes a lot of bread. You get a lot of crumbs, and with a nice sharp sort of like chef's knife or sushi knife like this one, you see I'm producing almost no crumbs, and it gets a really nice smooth edge to it. I don't know if you can see that. And now I could try and trace these all through the toaster, which is what I'm going to do. But I'm not going to put one in at a time. I'm going to put 2 or 3 in the toaster. I'm not going to show you. But when it pops up, they usually jump out everywhere. Of course, one of them will inevitably probably overcook, because one of them was a little bit stale on the end. And a large part of the cooking process is offset by removing the moisture. And of course, that last one there isn't going to get cooked. And so the end piece is always going to overcook because it's got less moisture in it. And yeah, I managed to shove all of that into the toaster in one go. And when it pops, some of it will spring out. Let me just show you quickly. There, all of that went in the toaster. Let's move this around here a little bit so I got some more room to get in there. I've got a new tripod and it really is much more precise than the old one, and moves a little smoother as well. There we go. This is what I wanted to see with the bacon. As you can see that, we're starting to see a nice dark brown colour. Most of the fat has rendered, so even the large bits of fat that were on the end of the bacon have all dissolved into the pan. Those were 60% water or 50% water. So, and a lot of about 50% of the weight of the bacon, even in the meat section, is water. So most of that's evaporated off now. And we're starting to get to the point where it's going to start smoking in a minute. So this is the time to add the eggs. We're just at the right point. Just a hint of smoke coming off of there now. A quick stir, and in she goes. And now the clock's running, because now there's no way back. You can't stop it cooking, and from my mind, you want a nice, slow, consistent heat. Leave it for a couple of minutes, fold it in. Leave it for a couple of minutes, fold it in. I don't often do these longer videos where it's a single shot, but they are fun. The smell of bacon does drive the kitten wild because I keep feeding her bits of it. I know I can't give her too much because of the salt, but she really does like it. There we go, looking more like a soup at the moment, but as you can see it's just starting to firm up here and there. Just getting there. Toast is doing. Okay, we're almost ready to serve. Now, we're getting right to the point where I will turn it down to 3 to buy myself the time to set up the plates. Okay, we're getting there. We didn't burn anything on the bottom, that's good. Oh, nearly. That's why we turned it down, because this pan has a habit of, the heat gets into the pan and then the pan transfers it to the food. And because of the heat sink of the pan, it can get much hotter than you intend. It's very undercooked at the moment. Right. The bread. Perfection. It's crispy, it's yummy, it's all done, all at the same time. So I'm going to now take that out, and yes, I did pick that bread up as soon as it came out of the toaster, and it didn't burn. Oh, the bits at the bottom are slightly warmer. You should never do what I do. Different people scold at different temperatures, and I get it wrong frequently. Yeah, okay, a bit of a runny nose. Right. There, we're almost at perfection there. It's getting still a bit, and I would say slimy. But the scrambled egg's nearly there. You can see when you fold it over, it's starting to look like good scrambled egg. It's just about finding those slimy bits and getting them folded into the middle. At this point, I can probably turn the heat off because there's enough heat in there to finish that. To get those bottom ones out, my fingers aren't small enough. So, unless I'm turning the toaster off at the wall, I'm not putting my fingers that far down into it. You are millimeters away from a live electrical current if you accidentally plunge the thing down too far with your finger. And breakfast is not worth dying for. Right. Back here. Oh, look, see? We're at perfection now. There we go. You can see it's just 1 second over. Turning the heat off at exactly the right time. Just perfect. Let's go serve this up. As you can see, I haven't reorganized this yet. That's for my son. That's my wife. And that's for me. Oh. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Absolutely perfect. Still moist. Lots of bacon in it. Everything looking amazing. Just making sure there's no clumps or any large bits.
Scrambled bacon, huh?
Scrambled egg with bacon, yeah. Does it look yummy?
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Oh. Yeah, and that is scrambled egg and bacon with French toast. Please, oh, I should try some before I sign off the video. Let's try it while it's in its best condition because I've got people waiting behind the camera to it.
Where's my French toast?
There.
Okay.
Absolutely amazing. There you go, you can take yours. Take the whole plate. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video. This has been a fantastic one. I really like this recipe and I cook it reasonably frequently. And no, it is not good for you. This is bad food.
Comment and subscribe.
What he said. Bye.